We just pulled up to JDM in California, and today we're gonna be motor shopping for an engine for our 300ZX.
We haven't narrowed down exactly what engine we want to put in this car yet. I think we got like 2 or 3 in mind, maybe a 4th actually. Because we need to pick up a motor today, so we're not leaving here without something.
We gotta take something home with us. I've also never been here before. This is my first time here.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's gonna be cool.
So let's go walk around and see what they've got.
Let's go look at some motors. Found the row of motors that I want to bring home. I think Evan might kill us if we bring home one of these though.
Evan might kill us?
Nice little line of 13 Vs.
Evan's not here. Anytime Evan sends me out shopping, I usually come back with a car that he doesn't want, or maybe even an engine that he doesn't want.
There's like, I don't even know where to start here.
This is like K-Series.
So many K-Series.
2 liter, 2.4 liter.
There's a beam
swap
there.
back there, yeah.
That would be
I see a VQ back there.
Someone fart, it's full of farts.
No. That's diff oil. Don't let all these motors distract you from that like 5 to 10 grand worth of authentic Mugen CRX body kit up there. And I might have to buy a CRX just to buy that.
We saw one outside, maybe we can make
like,
an offer on
that's
it.
That's like dreams for me right there.
Awesome, Subaru Brembos.
All right, we made one quick lap around here. They've got
everything. They've
Yeah.
got everything.
Kind of everything, yeah. They do kind of have it broken up in manufacturer. I did notice 2 that jump out at me right away here. A motor that's near and dear to my heart. RB26. 2 of them here. This one's actually fully complete with gearbox.
It's got the front
transfer
drive shaft
case.
in it, all the good stuff.
Yeah.
All the good all-wheel drive stuff.
So they've got 2 RB26s here, which is pretty interesting. These come complete with ECU. This one even has the fuse boxes. I mean, maybe all-wheel drive 300ZX.
Whatever that is, kind of scares me a little bit.
I mean,
As far as harness.
we would use a wiring specialties harness anyway,
Oh, 100%.
so wouldn't be too worried about that. So that's an option.
RB would be a cool route. There's a few JZs.
Oh man, we're not Jay-Z in the 300. Get out of here. That's been done. We shouldn't not look at these. These are VQs, so these are out of like 350Z, 370Z, Infinity G35, G37, and a lot of other. I mean, this is basically Nissan's flagship engine from what, about 2003 or 4 and up. This is kind of like the workhorse engine. And this thing you can beat the snot out of. Naturally aspirated, 6-cylinder.
Agreed, but
not the best sound in the world.
For me, it's a little too close to the VG that was already in there.
Yeah, it is, for sure. And it's a big motor.
It is a big motor.
I may have been the guy that did the first VQ swap in an S chassis platform in the United States.
Oh yeah? Is that why you want to pick one of these?
I mean, I just know a lot about it as far as like putting it in other chassis, at least the S chassis stuff, which can't be too far off from the 300.
I would honestly almost pick the K-Series over. I've never been a big fan of the VQ, and they're hard to get them to sound nice.
They don't sound good.
Yeah.
I've never been a fan of the sound that came out of them, and the more you open them up, the more they get kind of obnoxious. K-Series is an interesting concept.
They have quite a few H-Series around here too.
So now we're at turbo 4-cylinder and a 4-cylinder V6 or twin turbo straight 6 RB26. We're all over the map.
I'm kind of in on the turbo. I kind of want the turbo. Turbos are fun, man.
Turbocharged. Well, then why don't we just do VG twin turbo? Stock engine.
Not that turbo.
Super easy.
Different. I'd be in for an RB.
I mean, the VG is a viable engine. I don't see it here, but
it's such a pain to work on. I've never worked on one.
Okay, you want to do something different.
VGs are cool, but we pulled ours out for a reason.
Well, let's stroll back over to the Nissan. I love the idea of a K-Series, but we recently did the Freak, which is a K-Series turbo. It might be kind of boring to do that again.
We have an RB under our belt already.
And we already just did an RB.
So I don't know how we're going to top another RB.
They do have an S13 SR20 and an S15 SR20 here. This one looks like it's already a big single conversion. Has a bottom mount manifold on it. Both of these have been toyed with. They both have bolt-on goodies on them.
I want to pick something that we can build though. Something that we can fully rebuild.
Oh, I mean, we can rebuild any of them, Quinn.
I'm pretty sure these are out of like a Prius or something.
Yeah, it's hybrid.
This is a Prius engine. Does it have the
that's a VG right there, dog.
Oh, there you go. Is that a turbo one?
I don't know. Man, look how big that thing is.
It's huge, huh? I wonder if they have any VR38s here.
A VR38 or even the new Z motor would be quite interesting as well. But being that we have to get this done in a
reasonable amount of time.
in a timely manner, that's kind of like the RB26 route is kind of this additional work. We want to make it cool, we want to make it fun to drive, we want to make it lightweight.
You say lightweight, and I think 4-cylinder immediately.
Yeah.
Anything V6 goes.
Okay,
out.
so then that narrows us down to either a K swap or an SR20. If we want to stay in the Nissan family,
Yeah.
or go with something we know, which is a K series.
K series would be sick. I feel like we almost have to stay Nissan though. I think we might go SR. SR might be the move, and it'd be fun. I haven't built an SR yet.
All right, let me grab David and see what our options are. See if he has. A lot of times he has stuff hiding around here. David came out of the back room after we kind of narrowed it down to a 4-cylinder. He heard us talking and he brought us out a special.
It's pretty special.
It's kind of special. But what's funny is like normally to any other human being, this probably wouldn't work. But because we do what we do, this actually makes more sense.
I think we can make it work.
Thankfully for him, he kind of rationalized it in our heads because at first I was kind of like, no, we need it complete.
Yeah, we don't.
But we don't.
We don't.
And it's been sitting here for a while, so we're actually doing him a favor, kind of taking this off his hands.
This was supposed to be a table. It was going to be made into a table.
A shop table
A shop table.
for here in the lobby.
And it just happens to be an SR. So,
Without further ado,
it needs a few parts.
our new 300ZX engine.
It needs a few parts.
I bet none of you guys guessed this one.
It needs quite a few parts.
What does it need?
Wait,
Clint?
can you just come over here and show them the hole in the block? The hole through the engine? Like, look.
You can see the sunlight through.
Hi.
Can you see me?
Kind of. She is missing a few parts. But what does actually make sense is that we don't need those parts because we're getting new ones.
Yeah, pretty much.
So we have a block.
It's a block,
A head.
lower oil pan, a head, a valve cover,
No, intermediate oil pan.
intermediate oil pan, not the lower oil pan. It's like 5 or 6 of the main big parts you need.
Hey,
and
the
that's
engine
about
ground
it.
is here.
Okay, so we're in good shape there. Doesn't have cams. It doesn't have a crank.
Wait, oh yeah, it does not have cams.
Yeah, so there's quite a few parts missing, but that's like stuff we replace anyways.
Yeah, we're gonna
when
be
we
pulling
build
those
it.
out and hucking them in the
So,
bin. So
honestly, I think it's perfect.
decision made, dude. You don't have to sell me. You don't have to sell me. I love SRs. Going back to the early days of drifting in the US, this was kind of the go-to bullet. I think we can build a fair amount of horsepower out of this, probably in the 400 range.
I think we're gonna need a color change on this though.
Yeah, one cool thing that I learned a long time ago, when you see a valve cover that's been custom painted like this, a lot of times they use like a bass boat flake and stuff over in Japan. Koguchi was known for doing this, and he told me years and years ago that whenever you saw a valve cover that was custom painted, that typically in Japan means that the internals have been changed. So it's not original internals.
Yeah, this makes me feel good. Inside of here, like the cooling jackets for the block, is like super clean.
All right, Quinn's got the truck backed up. We're gonna get this thing loaded up, get it back to the shop so we can start tearing into it. But before we go, I wanna show you guys this CRX. I've always loved CRXs. I think they're one of the coolest Hondas ever made during the golden era, for me, of Hondas. David just doesn't normally buy cars from Japan and bring them in, but he said he got this one at a fair price. And as rare as these are becoming, this is a pretty cool little car. Such a neat 2-seat Honda. Swaps for days. He's got every engine you could ever put in this thing probably here on site. So he's actually selling this one. So if you guys are in the market for a CRX, this one's actually for sale and the price is really good. I can only think about buying this car, buying that Mugen body kit inside complete and putting it on, getting it resprayed, and having such a cool street car. This one has a roll cage in here. Got it inside. Mugen wheels. You can have fun with this one. We're almost there. Almost there. Anytime we come up to the Orange County area, we have to stop off at Pepper Lunch, and today's no exception. We're heading back to the shop, but it's time for lunch. We're gonna hit old Pepper Lunch. You're gonna miss it. About to go get fat. Love this place.
Oh,
if you're
so
ever
good.
in Southern California, you gotta hit Pepper Lunch. It is Japanese fast food essentially, but man, is it bomb. Okay, well, got our Pepper Lunch. We're full. Wow, really full. We've now got our RB20 home. We're gonna get it unstrapped here.
RB20?
Yeah, this is not an RB. Our SR20. Quinn's gonna grab the head for our engine stand. I'm gonna bolt it on now and get it on a stand so we can start tearing this thing down.
We've got our SR20 back in the shop, and now it's time to tear this thing down and see what parts we have, what parts we need, and how bad the condition of this thing is. There's quite a few parts that are missing when we pick the engine up. Obviously, the crankshaft is probably the main one, but as far as little things inside of the engine, I don't know what we have, I don't know what we need. So we're gonna tear it down all the way. We're also gonna check the condition of everything, make sure everything's in good shape. It probably just needs machine work, but if we have something like a cracked cylinder head or a cracked engine block or a cracked sleeve, then this engine is not gonna be usable. So today we're gonna tear it down, see what's going on with it. Let's start. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the Throttle YouTube channel and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. So the cylinder head is pretty dirty inside. We have lifters, and that's about it. We don't have any cams. We don't have any cam caps for the cylinder head, which is unfortunate. Although all the valves are in place, which is good. Rusty boy, huh? We got our cylinder head off, and this thing is in pretty rough shape. There is literally water in every cylinder just sitting here. So that's not good. If you look on this side of the block, on the cylinder bores, there's like scale, and this thing hasn't run in a really long time. You can see all that stuff coming off. That is not good. We also don't have the crankshaft in, which means these pistons aren't really attached to anything. And the fact that I can't move them at all is not good. So all 4 pistons are seized in place, and this is gonna be fun trying to get these things out. If you look on the valves, on the cylinder head, you can see the same thing. So this is all rusty, gunky water. So this thing's definitely gonna need to go to the machine shop and get some good clean. This thing's gonna need at least a full valve job if these valves are even usable. But none of the valves are burnt, which is good. Try and get these pistons out and inspect the bores. This thing has been sitting for quite some time. All the rods moved, which is good.
So what are you thinking? How are you gonna get these puppies out?
We're gonna smack them out with a hammer. The engine's pretty dirty. This is definitely not the worst engine I've seen, not the worst engine I've ever built before. Luckily, this is a sleeved engine, so we can always replace the sleeves. That's gross, huh?
So this thing sees itself up, like
I think
under.
it's just sat.
Oh, it's
No, this is just sitting. This
not
thing's been sitting.
catastrophic failure.
No. Somebody took it apart and just like let it sit. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be okay. RS-R20 is completely torn down. This engine was in very rough shape, as you guys saw. We had some seized pistons. They weren't as seized as they could have been. We got them out, no problem, which is nice. This engine is in rough shape, but I do think it is far from being junk. I do think we can get this thing running. I don't think this engine is ran for the last time for sure. So it's gonna need a lot of machine work, I think, but this engine is gonna bounce back really nicely. So I know what parts we have, I know what parts we need to get, so I'm gonna go make our list, start ordering things for this SR. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video. If you liked what you saw, drop a comment down below. Make sure to like the video, subscribe, and we'll see you guys in the next episode.